Hey archery friends, in today's video we're going to talk about what you should and shouldn't wear to the archery range. I teach a lot of classes for big groups, corporate events, birthday parties, and a big question in a lot of the emails I get is, what should we wear to archery class? I'm actually going to start from head to toe and explain why the things I'm wearing right now are not the best things to have when you first start out shooting archery. So the first thing that I would recommend not wearing is a hat that has a longer brim or has a wide brim on it. And the reason why is because you're going to focus a lot on your anchor position. Anchor position is where you're going to bring your string to. Your coach is going to want you to come in really tight to the face. When you have a hat on, this is what happens. Let me start in this position. Before you get to your face, the string hits your hat. So you haven't even touched the corner of your smile yet. Okay, so to touch the corner of your smile, a lot of times your hat has to move into a different position. Another reason from this angle is when you set up, here this is a lefty bow, so let me go this direction. When you pull back, you want to get in as tight to your face as possible, but when the brim is out to the side, it's hard to touch your face. So a lot of times beginning archers will end up coming over here to the side of their face, and then they have what we call a floating anchor. So they're way out here on the side of their face because the hat's in the way, so they can't actually get to the corner of the smile. So they end up being out here. So those are two reasons why it's best not to wear a hat on your first day. So the second thing that we're gonna focus on, what not to wear, baggy sweaters, big clothing, big jackets. The reason why is what'll happen if you have a baggy sweater, you're actually more likely when you go to shoot for the string to hit it because there's a lot more material here. So when the string comes forward, there's a better chance of you hitting somewhere baggy on your sweater. So that's a good reason. You want to make sure you always wear a short sleeve, or if you have to wear a long sleeve, try to wear a tighter fitting shirt. Now, if you show up to class and you already have a jacket, you have a sweater on, it's pretty chilly out and you don't want to take that off, my recommendation would be, a lot of archers come and they think, well, I have a long sleeve on and it's no big deal, so I just won't wear an arm guard today because this is going to protect me anyway. Like I was just saying, this might protect you a little bit, but you're probably more likely going to hit your arm than if you didn't have it on because there's extra material here. So if you're gonna keep the long sleeve on, what I recommend is actually wear the arm guard, because the arm guard will actually both be a protector for your arm, and two, it'll also help keep your sweater down nice and flat. So when you put it on, instead of it being so baggy, now it's gonna be tight against your skin here. So that's two good reasons to make sure you wear an arm guard, especially if you end up wearing a baggy sweater to archery. The last item of what not to wear to archery is flip-flops, open-toed shoes. You want to make sure you always have closed-toed shoes in archery. If you have open-toed shoes, couple things. Number one, a lot of times archers will rest their bow on their shoe. So when you have your flip-flops on, it's going to be really hard to rest it on there without it hurting. And then two, probably even more important, you have to walk down an archery range to go get your arrows every end. And you don't know what's downrange, because sometimes arrows don't always make it to the target, so arrows are sticking out of the ground. Sometimes arrows have bounced off the target, so they're laying on the ground. And if you're not aware of that and you walk down, you can walk right into an arrow, and that could create a little bit of an injury. So always make sure, it's a sport like any other sport, you're always wearing tennis shoes, closed-toed shoes, so just always make sure that you wear closed-toed shoes when you're shooting archery.